BK, I think we got to preface with a question about hitting the woodwork 5 times tonight and just kind of the feelings you have because of that.
I mean, it's, for me, honestly, look, a lot of credit to Kings Hammer. They've gotten better every single year, and they played very well tonight. They challenged us athletically, but I did not feel we were not the better team today. I think it honestly, unfortunately, came down to the fact that the ball just didn't bounce our way today, to be honest. So sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. I think it's a good response from Tuesday, and that was my biggest challenge for the girls coming into the week, is that it was a subpar performance, in my opinion, on Tuesday night. And how do we respond to it in training on Thursday, Friday? How do we respond to it here in the match Saturday night? So I think I was very pleased with what I saw in training following the Tuesday match this week, and the energy and the desire and the passion was much better tonight. And I think the girls really came out and battled, but some unlucky bounces today.
All that said, how tough is it kind of working from behind 10 minutes in?
Yeah, I mean, again, we've got to stay switched on for 90 minutes. And I think even through this match, we've not put in a full 90-minute shift. We've put in 88 minutes today, you know what I mean? So it's just 4 or 5 moments where we switched off for a half a second or a second, and unfortunately you get punished in this league for that kind of stuff. So we'll continue to work on it. Like I said, it was a major improvement from Tuesday, and so I think we can take this and build on it and go from there. I know the girls are not happy with the result, so I'm sure they'll come back into training on Monday and bounce back and be ready for the week ahead.
We know that, kind of one of the things just with this league is girls do trickle in as the summer comes along. And so with some new faces in the starting lineup and just throughout the lineup tonight, how do you feel that people who may have not played together in a while or ever are kind of starting to gel?
I think with the lineup we had today, it's more players that are familiar with each other than not at this point. And I think it's still just getting relationships right through the midfield and some organizational things, and it's just still coming with time played together. I think having some of our returning players back, Addie Chester coming off of a hamstring, she's on a minutes restriction right now, and so would I have liked her to go a little bit longer in the second half? Absolutely, but you got to keep these kids healthy for their college seasons in the fall. So hopefully she'll continue to progress, and the other players will continue to progress. I know Maddie was feeling good, Katie was feeling good. Again, just some unlucky bounces today.
With that first goal just being similar to the one against Louisville, did you see something the same in both? I guess aerially.
Yeah, I mean, we're just in those moments, especially on the corner kicks. It's moments where we switch off for half a second. We're 2 steps too far from the player with the ball, so we've just got to be a little bit more tuned in, and we've got to be able to close the ball down a little bit quicker. We're just giving players a little bit too much time and space, and we're not playing in a league or at a level where you can afford to give players on any team in this league or even our division time and space around the top of the box. You've got to close the ball down. So stuff we'll continue to work on through the week, and again, I think for most of the match it was much better. We got to put a full performance together.
Division that you mentioned, it seems like it's got to be pretty even at the top, and there's got to be, I doubt the winner of it will be unbeaten by the end of it. So I guess just kind of your thoughts.
Well, a second loss for sure doesn't help us, but I know looking at things across the board, look, every team's gotten better. Every club's getting better as we go, and so it's just going to be coming down to who's sharper at the end of the day and who wants it more. And I think for us, again, it's just, I don't think tactically we've had issues. It's more just individual sharpness, and we're giving balls away in the middle of the park that are creating counterattacks for the other team, and we're trying to do things that if the execution isn't there, we get caught out, we get punished for it, and that's just unfortunately part of the risk of the game. But look, we got to score more goals, and we got to find ways to win games now. So we'll get there.
I thought Yamazaki had a really good game today. Can you just speak to that?
Yeah, Asa's been great. I think bringing a player like that in, she reached out to me early on in the recruitment process. She plays at a junior college in Western Arizona, so I think she's just a player that's not on anybody's radar anywhere, and she's been phenomenal. I think the biggest challenge she's faced is just that she's a really quiet kid, and she speaks English well enough, but it's challenging when you come into an environment where 99% of the team doesn't speak your first language, and so there's been a little bit of a learning curve. And again, it's just time together and building relationships, but I think she's really starting to find her stride. We're definitely starting to see that she's got a bit of an engine to her. It's 3 90-minute performances she's put in back to back, so she's been really great.